Welcome traders, welcome back to another live trading session here, looking at the market for another entry after the previous successful entry on our gold trade. This is a very exciting trading day today. We can see the market is having a really significant move at the moment that you can see here in this market. Price action is showing up to be significantly, if you look at here, that the market is showing significant move and we can expect the market to eventually trend. And I'm looking for a few more entries in this market here. If you guys are here for entering another position, make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. And you can see that there is, in fact, here the lower time frame price action is from that bigger picture perspective. We saw that the 1 hour price action and the 4 hour market structure here is, if you look at in that zone, the market is trending. And I was looking also the daily chart and also the multiple time frame analysis to look at possible entry here in this market. This is currently in a, if you look at the lower time frame price action, there is an initial bounce here back above of this level, and there might be some pullback here. If you look at that lower time frame, the market in a zone where there is a higher possibility for the deeper pullback, and I'm looking at few entries along the way, just waiting for all the members to show up in the analysis. And let me know, traders, when you are here. Say yes if you are here so that you can begin today's analysis on gold as well as in other instrument that currently trending the market. So looking at here few, if you look at the 1 minute chart, we can see there is initial break back to the upside to this trend line, and the upside bias could be this deeper pullback here. The market is in a, so far we have seen that today in a downtrend. So in this downtrending market, I'm looking at a potential trading opportunity along this way. Let's see here, looking at in this area. From the 1 hour chart, as you can see, from the 30 minutes as well, there is a candle close coming in few minutes. So the market structure that you can see here on gold is so far showing that there is a downtrend. And before we look at the further analysis and further entry, we'll be looking also see the sentiment where the market is heading. So looking at the lower time frame here, that the market is trying to break back to the upside of this key support area. 1 minute price action that you can see the market structure showing that there might be, if you look at it, reach this trend line, and off the trend line the price is, if we look at that this trend line is not being broken, we can look for sell opportunity as the market is, if you look at here, it's on a consolidation. So we will be looking at technical as well as both fundamental and sentiment analysis of this market here at the moment. Before the candle close, looking for some entry along the way. We had our previous sessions, entered the trade properly, and of this trend line, I'm looking for further downside moment, and market in a range in this area here that could bring that market lower back below. With, if you see the market has candle close, and to see that how the price action is evolving, there is a stronger liquidity sweep of this key level, And if the market shows that stronger momentum back down below in this area here, then I will be looking for possible sell along the way. And we can see that 1 minute price action, there's a long pin bar formation in this lower time frame in this key area of value. And the price action has just been tested the upper shadow of this level. Deeper move that could lead that market back down below here, that you can see. So that has dropped down to that support area. And cool. And the market, if you look at with a pretty long candlestick pattern, rejected back down of this trend line. And after trend line, if you look at back-to-back 2 long week candlestick pattern, that looking to see that trend continuation, if you see the market is creating that structure, we will be looking for possible downtrend move back below to the support level. You can see this is a 30 minutes candle close with a long week, and the price has tested the trend line. We saw there was a stronger liquidity sweep off the trend line. The market may continue to drop here back below to this support level. When I'm preparing for an entry, we have just started the session and we'll be looking for further confirmation as progression with this session. We just see a 30 minutes candle close and possibly to remain that move down back below. Thanks for joining here, traders, and I believe that you guys are ready for another big trading session and trading day. Gold will keep pushing up according to news. All right, so let's see that what from morning this happened, change to boring day. There is a significant move in the market, and we can see that since earlier today, this is a really big day that we can see the market is moving, including yesterday also had a significant move. And to be a successful trader, guys, you need to know the volatility, right? And also you need to be able to also control the emotion of trading and to be a successful trader, right? That's where the secret. Keep in mind that. Keep winning and at the same time keep the profit in your trading account as much as you can. That's how trading works, right? So you need to keep focus on winning and at the same time, right? So don't overtrade, don't FOMO trade, just keep trading, right? After pullback, let us buy, long come down. Okay, so let's first of all we look at from all angle, right? This is especially I look at the triangular pattern, right? So from 3 important aspect of the market. The first one is technical. The second one is fundamental, and then the sentiment. I keep sentiment very important, especially for as a lower time frame short term trader here, right? Which is very important to look at, because when we look at the sentiment, the current sentiment on gold today, we can see that still bearish, and we can see in terms of where do we get the sentiment from the news, right? News is the primary source of the understanding the sentiment here. So if you look at that, just been there was a few high impact news came and showing that which way the current the sentiment is moving towards. So if you look at, I think this is the high impact here. 2 ships attacks on a Strait of Hormuz, you can say, after US extends Iran ceasefire. So that I'm really surprised with that, because again 2 ships attacked. So that's even after the ceasefire. So that has even bring more volatility and more I think uncertainty in the market, and the market doesn't like uncertainty. So that's where one thing that happening. Another thing that if you look at here, I think this one was, look at that, Iran reports signs of potential moves to lifting block deal. So this is in 7 hours, but just recently came on. I think that this is a very vital information in terms of the current market trend. So if you look at that, since the morning, this is the daily price action. Once the market open, you see how the market react, and I'm just looking at 2 vital information for today and how that has created the trend in the market. So if you look at, with the ceasefire, there was some what you can say, there's some optimism, and we saw gold has moved up, because in this war situation, usually when there is a certainty, gold is pushing up because energy is coming down, oil. And then with the news for the further attack on, I think, on the Strait of Hormuz, the market start to break below again. So that's where the oil was pushing high. So you see that this session, the oil price is going up. You can see that, guys. See that oil price is up in that zone. This is the zone where there are 2 vessels, I think, attack, because whenever the Strait of Hormuz is going to the uncertainty, oil price is going to go up. So we can see that with that 2 attacks, the oil price start to jump up. That has moved the gold price down. So for this time period, just one single way that you can see that when there is a, let's say there is an attack on the Strait of Hormuz, so you can think like, that's how I remember. When attack on the Strait of Hormuz, oil price is going to go up potentially, and that gold is coming down. So I look for sell. And if you look at our previous sessions trade on premium group, I guess you guys missed that, right? This is our previous sessions gold trade that we have secured in our premium group. Sell, right? I have sold gold. Why? Because the sentiment here now for bearish on gold. And now this session, I'm looking at in the same way, that to look for possible sell. And this is what I'm looking at here in this market. If you look at, there is a long week candlestick pattern with pretty long week price action. The market is now melting back down, and could be that the price action is potentially breaking that support here. And we might see that the market structure to build that momentum back down here. And as you can see, after this back-to-back 15 minutes long week doji, here the market has managed to break that low. It created this recent level of support. So from the technical, from the sentiment, we are seeing that XAUUSD currently in a downtrend. Are you guys with me? Thank you very much. Let me know what's your bias today on gold. And I'm also sharing a pool, and really pool helps. So make sure you just press that button. Now, before you press the button for the pool, also make sure you like this stream. Did you do that? What's that? That's a spoon. My kids left it for me. Yes, you can. That's a spoon. Kids left here. Anyway, the kids always funny. Okay, so now, if you look at, this is a current level of support, and I'm posting a pool here. Okay, so I'm posting a pool here. What is it? So I'm posting a pool. What's your bias on gold? Okay, so I have posted a poll here, and make sure you guys like this stream, and also make sure you cast me the press a vote here for the gold bias, and then you'll see that our technical analysis is matching with majority of the members feedback here, and then we'll see that which way we can trade the market along this directional bias. All right, I increase the volume in the market as well as in music. Preparing for an entry, just waiting for the market to show up. See the big session. Yeah. Yeah, we can have that. Okay, so we saw that there was a long week, and if you look at the market is in the support level, and we are looking at with this drop, now we might see that pullback again, and we want to keep that winning string on. We had a significant winning that if you guys looked at 50 pips incoming. Let's wait to see. I think that might be even bigger. If you look at the 1 hour, you can see the market is, this is the 1 hour price, this 19 minutes for this candle to close, and that candle close from the 1 hour, you know, I think before the candle close we might see that drop here. There is an imbalance. The market moves from imbalance to the imbalance, so you could see the price action to eventually break that lower shadow of this move here. So there is an imbalance if you look at here, and this is what I'm trying to target, that imbalance. The market might come to this level, and off that we might see continuation or again bouncing back towards the upside. So entering in a zone is important to look at, because I'm looking to find a zone where we can have a better risk reward, and also, and I would say the probability. Okay, I focus on probability rather than the risk reward, because if I have a high probability 20 pip that has over 90% win rate, then I'll go for it rather than I wait for a 200 pip and then getting a lot of losing trade. Okay, so this is what I focus on. You see there is a support break. The market might try to push back here. So the goal here is to look for the entry of this 1 hour candlestick. You can see the 1 hour price action. This 1 hour candles has got rejection of this level, so this is highly likely that it will remain in that direction. So this is the current layer that you can see, and how much PP we can look for stop loss if you want to enter. Okay, so it's now the pullback is going on, and if you look at the market is going towards the 1 hour open. This is the 1 hour open, and here we will be using either pending order or the market order. First, let's see that how far the market is trying to push up here. So with this 1 minute price action, that's where I will be using a sell stop order. Let's wait to see the short position. And we'll be using the sell stop order below this level, once the market breaks that low, because you can see that the market already has created a downtrend, breaking below can create a selling pressure, right? And we'll be placing sell stop here. So it is showing already a bearish move, and I would like to sell this move around 80 pip and sell stop at 4744 that I am placing. It's a pending order. Placing a sell stop at 4744.50. It's a pending order. Stop loss placing above at 4751.53, and we'll be setting the TP target at 4736.38 level. And this is where we are placing the stop loss, not a large, only 71 pip to 70 pip, and pending order, sell stop placing at 4744.50. Stop loss setting at 4751, pardon, 4751.53, and TP target setting at 4736.38. So the market is trying to break that low, and if you look at this 1 hour candle, it's important to see how this candle is closing, because this is a fair value gap that we have now just set our entry. And if the market drops down here, we can extend our TP later once we see the significant effort from the seller. But the aim here is the first move that you could see in this direction. Once the market managed to drop here, this is a high probability zone. So this is what we are looking at for a high probability entry back below here in that area. Okay, so with this, if you look at this structure, the market is trying to move back down here, right? And our pending order, this is a sell stop that I placed. If you wanted to set 2 TP, you can do so. The market might, if it, which is, we could see, because there is a liquidity gap here, the market is highly likely to move in that direction, and that might even bring the price well below here to the daily support, because the daily support is here, right? This is where the market open on the daily, and chances for the market to retest the daily support is very high. So therefore, it is a high possibility that this market continue to drop, and I would like to extend my TP actually at this level. We can manually close at any point, but I would like to keep it everything is same, but just the profit target gonna increase to higher pip. All right, so I'm just moving the profit target, so the trade is triggered, it's active now, and moving the TP to little higher here, 4723. And if we need it, we can manually close whenever needed if we see price action is not going in our favor. So set the profit target back below here, and it's coming down below, and we want to take that move. So with the it might try to push back for a pullback, but the market here, if you look at, this is entirely a downtrend, and this is our first TP level, is at this level. So the past year, this is our first TP level and once the market managed to drop below or back at 4736, which will be nearly to 80 pip, we can, of course, at that level, we can take partial profit and we can let the rest of the run by moving the stop loss at entry. So that will be the best way you can take the full move if the market shows a stronger volume in the market. So you can see the market is creating that structure in this area, and we want to see that it's moving to the direction of the major trend. Welcome. If you look at, we have very tight stop loss, and the reason I keep tight stop loss is that so that we have we are not running, but if the trade is not going in our favor, there's no point of running it. But when the market is going in our favor, that's a good move that we can take always. So trading works. So the trending here downside, and that might be the chances the price action to move in that direction. So I think there is another breaking news just now came out. So Iran reports signs support. Actually, this is on, I think, 7 hours. So just 20 minutes ago, Iran fires on third ship on Hormuz escalation. Container ships. Francis is owned by Italian shipping was targeted while waiting to enter. Okay, off this level, the market is now having that trend back down below. So we see this is one of the major news, and that's what the market is really creating that structure in this area. I'm sure to pivot point 4736. Yeah, so this is this is a key zone that, and I will be also looking to, this is how the market really coming down here is important to look at. If we see that significantly dropped and the pricing is still bearish, we can hold some part, or we can take the entire profit up at that level depending on how the market is doing. Now before the candle close, if you look at the 1 hour again, the market has, if you look at, this is the long bearish price action from the 1 hour, and that candle, they're looking to see that remaining bearish here we can see that the 5 minutes candlestick pattern retesting this support as a resistance in the market now. Support and resistance is getting that reaction back below. Sell trade is running. Another one. Okay, maintaining that downtrend here, and we are seeing possible sell signal here that might lead that price further down. And the buyer is trying to push that market up here. I'm short to pivot. This is where we can see that the market structure here showing this possible downtrending move. And if you look at here, this 1 minute, this is the 1 hour price action, and which is showing that there is a potential for trend continuation back below. And you can see the market structure is significantly in a downtrend here. So this is the zone that I'm looking at for further entry back below, and we're looking at this market to give us that suitable price action confirmation here in that area. I'm looking at for the price action to give us the sell entry. So this is a sell stop, and it's on, and we're looking to see the market is giving us that potential sell move back below, and the trend is down. The chances for this market to drop back down is very higher. And from the 1 hour close also you could see that trend continuation, as if you look at that market is in a downtrend here at the moment. So coming down below here potentially to this level, 80 to 85 pip move that I'm expecting, unless there isn't a stronger liquidity sweep. But you can see there is a candle close which is from the 1 hour, that candle close here, and if the price failed that move back to the upside here, I'm not moving the stop loss, because if it goes to stop loss, we will take that stop loss and we will be re-entering again if needed. But here still looking to see the market to trend remain here. The price action shows to me still bearish, so I'll finger cross here for that bearish move. That's cool. Getting down here back below, and this is a 1 minute bearish engulfer, and this is what you see. There is a this is a 1 minute. There is a liquidity sweep of that level. So because there is a liquidity sweep, the chances for the market to trend back to this support level is they're expecting to be higher, and you see that how far it goes. So I would like to ask how many of you want to take profit at once the market drop, if you successfully drop 4736, or you want to continue to full to this level. So you can share your opinion in the live chat. That I would like to see how many members want to take full profit at 4736, or you want to continue further down, or partial profit. What's your bias? I'm open in both situation depending on how the price action is creating. I mean, sell for 4767. We'll take profit at 4720. Anyone had a different plan or approach to that? If we take this one here at, it will be 85 pip, but the trend may continue. So if you look at this 5 minutes candlestick pattern, this is also, you see 10 EMA retest and the market has crossed this high. So this is creating a bearish engulfer crossing this consolidation zone here. Closing back below this candle is also a strong selling sign, therefore they're expecting it to continue to trend back down here. downtrend. Downtrend continues. For 71 TP for you, so it's lower than this. I didn't set my TP here yet. My TP set at 4723, but if we see the market, you want to take that move down below, depending on how much it's coming back here. And if you look at that move, might there is a support here, if they successfully move that market back below, chances for this price action to drop further low here in that area. And in the meantime, traders, if you haven't liked this stream, you can do so. Make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. The market usually, like going in one go, that means one single move, dropping a lot, it's comparatively less. More often the market moves slowly, but usually when you see that a trend like that, grabbing liquidity and dropping, grabbing liquidity, slowly creating series of lower high and lower low, that's the sign of move. There are two ways you can understand a breakout. That means that if the market, you see that any key level, from the top or from the bottom, approaching with a smaller candlestick pattern, like creating a false breakout slowly, that's the sign of breakout. That's the sign the market is potentially becoming further lower. However, if you see that a key level is being hit by a large candle with a bigger move, this is a very high chance the false breakout and the market will reverse back. So this price action is a sign of further lower here. So that's how you can read the market structure, and reading the market structure will give you always an upper hand, better understanding where the market is going. Here it's trying to push back. Okay, getting reaction of this key zone here that you can see. There's another bearish engulfer and the market trend potentially to continue to trend back down here. Okay, what's happened? Breaking news. This is unusual. Are you still there? Pure liquidity grab. Still on the trade. Came near our entry, but I am not going out here. It's a very unusual breakout that you can see. This might lead that market back below. So you see there is a spike up. Now this spike up has created a possibility for further drop. If this move successfully come back, then I will be holding this trade for this move here to this level. You see this one single spike back to the upside. This is a sign of false breakout. Alright, so this is a sign of false breakout. This was the potential for a move. So I'm still holding on to that to see where the market might be heading. So wait to see if the market is going to that level. Okay, with a long wick candle that we can see the market. Yeah, this is what we can see the price action to still to be the possibility for break below, but we need to see the market manage to break this low and to create a new lower low. And I will be holding below this level because this candlestick pattern has formed. If the market reject of this zone, now it has created a further possibility to deepen further down as it gained momentum again. In the meantime, if you look at that current WTI, if you look at, there is also the same thing happened with the WTI. There was a spike down here. And what we can see, traders, here, I'm looking at the 1 hour chart on oil, that this is a key support area from the 1 hour, that you can see the price action here showing that there is a still possibility for further upside move back. So what happened that on WTI, you see this is support, and the market has penetrated back below, and now we can see that it's trying to push back. So that WTI, if you looked at the previous analysis that I made, also this we discussed that the market might be going for a range here. A bit of extended time, the market might range in this level here. So even you could see that this kind of channel being created for long period of time, and the market might range here, right, that for quite a while. So therefore in this zone here, WTI currently in a range. So but locally we can see in an uptrend that could still show up on gold to be in a bearish trend that you can see here in that area. Now we are running the sell trade, and also, you know, once you keep in mind, traders, the knowledge is power. Once you learn, you can't unlearn something. So you can, but it's sometimes difficult, but easy to learn the great education and then keep it with you. So now you see this 1 minute candle that has created. This candlestick pattern is significant. See the ATR of this candle. So this is 30 pip. This ATR on the 1 minute. The volatility of this candle is 114 pip. So the 1 ATR currently at this level is 30 pip. This is the smart money users, guys, to keep in mind. And the ATR of this candlestick pattern is 114 pip. Like volatility of that candlestick pattern is 114 pip. The ATR is 30 pip. So that means this is more than nearly to 4 ATR, 3.8 ATR candle. This candlestick pattern. And see how the candle has closed with leaving a pretty long wick pattern here, right? So this long wick is very important to look at. It's not a full body candle close. It's almost a half body candle close. And that candle has formed opposite direction of the trend. So what all that mean? Why this candlestick pattern is so important? And the liquidity sweep, yes. Get an idea? Because very simplest to understand is that the market is, you have to maintain the transaction between buyers and sellers, right? So those who are selling like us, many of their stop loss along the way. So the stop loss is nothing but volume in the market, right? It's the order that placed in the market. And that's why trading with the smart money is so important, because when you trade with the smart money, you go with the flow, right? So if you look at that, the volume here, there is a lot of selling pressure. That seller's stop loss is in fact a buy order. Okay, that's a buy order, and that buy order is triggered. That means that there are more buyers, so you can sell off that level, and that's why it's sold. Now we are nearly to here to that zone 77 pip. Celebrate this profit taking in a few minutes. It is coming near to our TP target, nearly there. Thank you. And learning to trade will give you a really great freedom as a trader, guys. Keep in mind that trading is simple, just one click away. By being a trader, why do I like trading is because this is where I can have a very small business cost, right? Smaller account, and can grow that faster. We can see the market had got another wave of bounce. Okay, cool. So this is a little wild move here. You can see another liquidity sweep of that level, and now this might be a few more liquidity sweep along this way. Let's see if we will be running that. This might go back again. Are you going to? I think it's gonna take us out of the trade. Come on. let's say I'm still holding on, it's breaking below, so it's coming back down here, that we can see in that area. All right, so we can see the market is trying to break that low. So this is a little I would say the pretty unpredictable market now at the moment due to some global, I think, event that happening. So still I will be holding, but it's a wild move. Okay, still there. I'm running profit, and anytime if I need to close traders, if I think that it's gonna be potentially better to close, I will be letting you know. I'm still running in, and this market little volatile here at the moment. Okay, I'm exiting this trade. The market looks little volatile, and let the market settle down. And I'm going out currently this trade of this level. I'm out. We'll be re-entering. Trading is like this. Sometimes you need to let go of some of the positions, but I don't want to take that as a loss. So just going back here, it reached our first TP, but we can re-enter anytime the market is continuously will give us trading opportunity along the way. But what we need here, guys, is a stable entry, and then the market looks that there might be some if you look at the event currently on in terms of the geopolitics, which currently have a big influence always in the market, getting really if you look at here, quite a few breaking news influencing the market at the moment. So I would be waiting to see how the market is doing. It is a high chance the market may continue to drop, but we can see that there is a few spike. So we was expecting one spike, but you have seen another spike. So another spike means that there might be some bigger move. Usually this happens if you see that one spike, the market dropped, and because there has been frequently another spike, chances that the market may try to break this high here before it drop, because now the liquidity is above this level. The market moves from liquidity to liquidity. Therefore, we'll be waiting to see where is the next move. Patience is key. Another liquidity sweep, yes, and I don't. Usually, this is what happens on the first liquidity sweep. I take my position, but in the second liquidity sweep, I normally try to get out, because if you see that multiple liquidity sweep, that means something going on, or there might be some kind of breaking news maybe coming shortly that influencing the market, and I don't want to keep my capital at risk in that situation. Though you can't risk, you can't gain without risk, but managing the risk is the best way to take the risk. Awesome, cool. Let's look at that here. Okay, let's just stay patient and see that what the market is doing at the moment. In the meantime, have familiar, but I like this music. Okay, let's see here. The market might try to push that high. I'm not out. I'm not in the trade. Can you let me know in the live chat if you what's your status of your trades here? How do you keep track of important news that affect gold? Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. If you guys look at here, there are many sites shows the calendar, but here I'm looking at in this. If you look at this is a Forex Factory free site where you can go to the calendar option, and then I just keep only the red folder news, so you can just filter out. Can click that filter button, all right? So and then you can just uncheck the unnecessary, and also make sure your time matches with your city time. And most of the time you'll see that it will be different, so you can match it and then filter, and you'll see that in your time all those news being showing here. So gold is mostly influenced by dollar because we are trading against dollar, right? So XAUUSD, therefore any dollar news that will have a directly influence on gold. Other than gold, also AUD news also have some influence, not have pretty good influence on gold, because AUD, you'll see that in the past just AUD and gold was moving in the same direction always. So AUD and XAUUSD, so these two news usually affect or influence the gold market. So to keep track of gold news is basically you can keep track of USD news and AUD news, and that will give you better understanding of when to see the volatility. Along with the USD, also the Fed, that means that any fund rate, okay, FOMC, big mover of gold, and so all the, especially FOMC, any speech from Trump, currently President Trump, or from Fed chair, any speech coming, that will also create a huge volatility on gold. And also the breaking news, right? You guys see that sometime just there is another I think third ship has been hit, that also creating also increased volatility on gold that you can see. So these are some of the things that you can keep track of for the gold move in the market, and I believe that that's all you need. In addition to that, only the technical analysis, because these are the sentiment. Fundamental is what for the short-term trader is the data, NFP, FOMC, CPI, PPI, all those red folder news. NFP is the most volatile, and also if there is any, the current state of Hormuz, Iran war, and what is happening in that zone, that also influencing the gold market. So these are the level zones that you can look at for the move in gold. In addition to that, also technical analysis is important to trade on the short-term perspective. Okay, now we'll be looking for further entry. You see the market has reached that key zone and rejected back below here. So we had my trade gone break even. So I'll keep it as a break even. I'll not keep it as a running. So it's a break even after a long time. Let me see, it's break even or something minus. No, little profit secured in my account, but I would consider it as a break even. For just $58, but I'll keep it as a break even, and we'll be looking at further entry. All right, so here is, you can see it is potentially creating a head and shoulder here in that area, and you can see the market is maintaining that downtrend. With this bearish move that you can see, double top, the market structure showing that there is still continuation back below. We can re-enter again. So I trade Nikkei 225, and I think it's creating a head and shoulder on 30 minutes. You mind checking that instrument? Yep, absolutely. Quickly having a look at, if anyone also trading anything other than gold, also you can share if your chart. You don't have to share, you can name the instrument and also what time frame you are trading, that if you want to see that analysis. Okay, Nikkei. $30 minutes head and shoulder. I always look at the bigger picture, then that's give me. UDJP, what time frame you are looking at? This is an uptrending market structure, though there is a consolidation, and I would only consider head and shoulder when it, for example, this inverted head and shoulder is vital. So the first step is to look at the trend. So for example, if I give you, bringing an example here, you can see that this is an uptrending market, right? And the price has dropped below the support. The market is below the support and then has formed this head and shoulder, right? So this is an inverted head and shoulder. This is vital, and this is what usually good to trade on, because when you see that the market has created an inverted head and shoulder below the support in an uptrend, that's a high probability move, right? Now if you look at that current inverted head and shoulder that you can see on the 30 minutes is actually opposite of the trend, right? The trend here is upside. So the first step is to look for the trend. The market now still can come back down, but you will be trading against the trend. So that's why I always, first step is to prioritize the trend, and then when it creates that head and shoulder pattern, then wait for head and shoulder, any kind of pattern that validate your trend direction. That means if I trade this inverted head and shoulder, I need to go in the direction of the trend. But if I trade this this head and shoulder, I have to go against the trend. If your head and shoulder or inverted head and shoulder tell you to trade against the trend, that might be just false break, or you might see the market will go potentially go opposite direction or go in the direction, but it's not a high probability trade setup. Cool. So that I would wait for the market to drop. It might come back here below to the neckline, or it can continue to rise. So that's what I will be looking at. There is another one from Justin. AUDJPY. Okay, this is also a good currency pair to trade on. AUDJPY. Looking at here on the daily on AUDJPY, this is an uptrending market structure, AUDJPY, and there is a daily support and daily resistance. Weekly also showing an uptrend. Okay, so AUDJPY, if you look at that, this is an uptrend, and we can see that few break below. I would say that yeah, this is slowly, you see this break below here. This is what I was talking about. Now if the market creates here, for example, an inverted head and shoulder, that's a potentially buy alert for going long below, keeping the stop loss below. You know what, the best entry comes not from here, below the support. Always look for example, what is the nearest recent level of support here? If the market drops one more down here, coming back below, always look at the recent levels and creating an inverted head and shoulder or double top. That's a good move for this market to go back to the resistance. So wait for the price action to extend beyond the previous level, recent high or recent low, and that's where the high probability trades comes in play. Going back to the gold again to see what kind of market structure we can look for further entry. As soon as we can find price action confirmation, you can see that there is another long week rejection here. This might be gathering more liquidity for potentially another move. It crossed that high. Thank you. And I'm ending that pool, the previous one. If we looked at that pool results, almost 67% came to be bearish, and we saw the market in fact drop to the level, which is good sign. With a double top here, the market now creating that downtrending structure here in that area. It's getting back up. So where it is having more again. There is a bounce back up of this level, and I would like to delete those lines. So we'll be looking at again from the fresh perspective what the market has done. If you look at the 4 hour here, we see there is a 4 hour candle close coming in just 15 minutes time, and the market has reached that key area of value that might trigger now the liquidity again. And if you look at this 4 hour price section, guys, you can see that the sessions, this is the sessions low, and I think this move that you can see on gold can create again potentially another possibility for us to be able to trade, and I'm waiting for that to happen. You guys ready for it? Say yes if you are ready for it. Like to see how many members are ready for another trade coming up potentially of this key level. In the meantime, you can join the free Telegram where you can also stay connected for many of the trade ideas that I'm sharing. And also from that free Telegram, you'll be able to join some of the premium group. Sometime we do take from the promotions to join the premium group. And I'd like to see how many dedicated trader here. Okay. So I see that few openings for the premium group. Now we'll be seeing how many dedicated members that we can take of this live streaming. I do take more often, but we had few days closed up the premium signal group entry. At the moment, if you look at the past week also, we have take quite a few members. Okay, this is a surprise giveaway, and I'm creating a link for few numbers here for the premium group, and this is without any announcement, just to give you guys an entry to the premium group where you can access my courses, regular signals, update, and many more. and I'm sharing this link right now only for ready for a trade. Thank you very much. Only for few minutes will remain active this link. So now only please join only because it might get expired within a few minutes. So please click only if you really want to learn trading. Okay, not for signal, not for anything else, just for learning. If you have a passion to become a trader and you can dedicate some time to learning, then you can click that link. If you get expired, that means it's gone, filled, and probably the next you can wait for that. And if you think that you are only looking for just quick profit gain, probably the live session will be an option for you, because you want to keep that spot only dedicated to the dedicated traders. And I spend a lot of time in trading, and I would like to get those who are really passionate about trading. Thank you. It's gonna be a great zone where you can learn and grow as a trader. And for those who have joined, you can look at the top of the group, pinned all the courses that is pinned at the top of the group, so you can find, and also you can pin that group at the top for any trade alert that I'm sharing, including the analysis. Now, what we can see, the market has broken back to the upside to this key level, and the price action now breaking below. Okay, with this break above here that you can see of that level, which is a higher liquidity zone. This is the 1 hour price action. From the 4 hour that you can see the market also, this is also the intraday candle close. That intraday candle close, after break of this high, the market might come down, or we could see another bounce, which way you are looking to trade here. We'll be looking for another entry shortly after. Okay, now it's getting reacted off that level again. Just looking at the multiple time frame analysis to see that where the market is heading, at the moment, and I'll be waiting for more confirmation here, because you want to enter off a zone where there is a higher probability. With the 4-hour candle close, the market may come further lower, or we could see to retest this high until it has confusion. Better to wait to see that where it is heading. And we see there is 1 hour also. If you look at this is hourly candle, that hourly candle might be closing here with leaving a long wick here in that zone. And so if we take a trade, we will be taking before this candlestick pattern close here. Have the premium link spot all been taken? I was going to give the link to a friend. Haven't checked it yet. No, we still have few opening there. But this is just a random takeaway. Okay, so off this level, if you look at that, it's trying to break below, and I think it's still not showing a stronger selling pressure off this level. And you can see the market is in a consolidation here in that area. That most likely be breaking below here. When is just going to have their election? When is US going to have their elections? You mean the US? I think it's long, far, still, right? just recently. I think the last election was in 2024, right? 2024, yeah. So now 2026, so 2 years only, right? Still have a long way, almost more than half way to go. Right? Okay. Why? Going interested on US election. So 8 minutes ago there is a breaking news has come out. Trump extended Iran ceasefire for 3 to 5 days, White House to Fox. So there are some this is current the market mover. Okay, the market is in a very narrow range here that you can see of this level, and also the 4-hour candle close coming, and I will be this kind of price action I normally wait for, because it's neither strongly bearish nor strongly bullish. The market might here can come down, or it might come little and then potentially going back up. 1 hour showing that there is some kind of liquidity sweep here, but usually this kind of market structure difficult to predict, because the market can go up to fill this 1 hour zone and then can come back down, or it can just go up to go higher here. So that's why I'm not entering in that zone. You can see straight away once the market open, it's bounced back up. It is better to wait for the market to show a clear direction. If you look at the one that we have entered in that zone, was the confirmation of a liquidity sweep, and the market was in a flow. That means in a trend, right? Flow is important. How do you attain flow? Flow is not only in the market, not only the order flow, but also everything has a flow, right? Life itself has a flow. Everything that you will be doing, if you look at the the very high performing athletes, they remain in flow. Without going to flow, you cannot attain very sophisticated goal or anything that you want to achieve. So how do you attain flow? Continuous trial, okay, continuous effort, and there are some stages of flow. So if you want to attain flow, the first stage is that, which is the struggle phase, right? Anything that you want to attain flow will have struggle in it. But the way the mechanism of brain work is, let's say you are running, right? And when you're running, there will be a road like that, straight, and then you might find something like that, and then like this, and then like that, right? So when you're running here, even in a flat surface, it might be harder for you, but at some point it's gonna be easy. Even you will not know that you are running. And then you find the hillside. When you find the hillside, it become again harder. But the intention with the happen is that when you see the hillside, sprint. That means increase your speed, and then you attain flow. That means effortless action. The market has a flow as well, and trading also has a flow. So if you want to be a trader with flow, make sure that you also keep trading and keep trading, right? There is a way that things happen when you keep running. Now, as a trader, keep trading, right? So how do you look at now? We had every single day 2 to 3 trades in this live session and successfully closing every single day with an incredibly high win rate. And patience is the number one quality that you need as a trader to maintain that high win rate and high accuracy. All right. This is where you're becoming a better trader, when you maintain that level of patience of becoming a successful trader. That will also rewire your brain to other aspect of your life. We still have a so this is the look at, say that here the 4-hour candle close, right? And with leaving a long wick here, the chances for the market to break below. Usually I look at the sessions candlestick pattern. It's very important to look at. You can see the sessions candlestick pattern. Here is a support, the market to eventually break that low here. Okay, so I'm removing the premium link of this chat because we already have members that was allocated, has joined, and welcome to the academy. Here you will be learning, growing as a trader with me. For those who couldn't join, you still can learn from the channel. That every trade that I'm opening, also I am sharing in the group, right? I'm sharing in the group, and also I'm sharing in the channel as a analysis. So those analyses will give you a clear insight about the market structure, price action, and liquidity. So don't miss out those analyses if you want to excel as a trader. The market is at support that you can see. Okay, we can see that after this break, the market is pushing up for a pullback, and I'm looking for possible setup along the way as the market. You see that when sessions high and low is created, it has created a range. So this is what I was waiting for. So you can see that this is now the sessions high, sessions low, and that range, whenever it breaks, whenever the market breaks that range, it actually creates the new possibility for another entry. And these other zones are high probability trade entries from those levels. So here the market structure of this level, trying to break that low. Now it's creating now here in this area potentially downtrending move, and you might be able to find a quick trade entry for this potential break below. See that here are the 5 minutes price action, and here is 69 pip. I will be looking for sell, and this will be a sell by market order from this zone with a very tight stop loss. We'll keep here only around 67 pip stop loss. We'll be targeting to this support level here. This is a quick entry for this session here, and I'm selling this level. So I've opened sell and running in, and also I've shared the same trade in the premium group, and this trade might be closing faster once enough people reach, so that we can have there is 2 minutes for this 50-minute candle to close, and we want to see that this market is coming down well below, and then we can take, because there are two, look at this zone here, two liquidity sweep of that level, and that's where they're looking to see the market trend to potentially remain here bearish of that level. Okay, so it means we are short on gold here for another one move, and expecting it to come down to break that support, and then we'll be taking that trade. And my TP at 4737.10, but we might close even earlier if we see the market is showing that downtrending move back below. Thank you. Is kind of close in, and surprising if the market goes up again back. Okay, second trade for the day. There's the stop loss is tied, and okay, the first 15 minutes candle close after the and if you can see, this is where there was a big red candle, and waiting for the wick fill back below to this level. So specifically looking at this 5 minutes candle, and this 5 minutes candle is important. We have opened another position here in that area, and that's currently running in. Okay, so there is another 1 minute candle that you can see has gone up, and that might create here now a possible rejection of this price, waiting on that move. Okay. If we see that the market is breaking below, all right, if you see the market is breaking below here, that might bring that price action to create a new lower low. It's getting the reaction of that level, and closing the 5 minutes as a long wick doji here can trigger the liquidity from the top. We need to keep a little bigger stop loss next entry. Market needs to actually breathe in that area. This trade probably became tighter stop loss. I just keep the risk low, and we'll see that how the price is reacting to that. The limit that we have seen now. Want to see that breaking below to that level. Cool. We see some bearish pressure coming. And we want to take this one also as a potential successful entry of that level. That's looking great. Okay, so this 5 minutes candle closing potentially as a long wick like that, closing back below can create selling pressure here. and I'm ready to take this one potentially back below. Okay, grabbing now coming down here back below to this support, and we have here for this trade to 70 pip that looking at here in this market. So here the market might now create few more rejection candle. This is a consolidation pattern that looking for the market to trend back down. pushing back down here, and looking forward to see the market to take that move as it form a pretty large head and shoulder, and I'm holding on to this until the TP target hit. It's getting back below here. Running in profit, and I want to hold on to that. Dropping back below can directly hit the profit target. Cool. TP hit. That's cool. The TP hit. To close it and place the TP anyway. So how many pip here that we have gain on this one in this zone here? 69 pip. Another profitable trade. I would like your feedback, guys. Have you enjoyed the trade? Say yes if you have taken the profit of this level and ready for big move coming. Every single day I'm coming on live twice. Peep and peep going on here. If you enjoy this session, probably that can make you, yeah, thank you very much. Cool. And with this trade, exclusive trading live session every day. I'm coming on live from Monday to Friday during the London as well as NY session. The only thing that you need to make sure traders is that use lot size calculator, keep your risk low, and just keep consistency, right? We have taken 2 trades, 1 break even. Some member might have even got profit out of that, but I have taken break even. I have a small profit, but I would consider it as a break even. This one we have taken 69 pip, and it is in fact a very high win rate that we are trading every single day. Now coming up later, tomorrow I will be coming on live twice, so don't miss out. For those who have joined in the premium group today, you are welcome. For those couldn't join, make sure you stick till the end. Live session every day. Suddenly you might get some opening and can get into that. That can change the way you look at the market. And also make sure you check out all the content that I'm posting on the channel to get access to everything that you need. That being said, thank you for joining here, and I'll see you again very soon trading live. Until that, stay well, stay happy.